It's time to reveal 2025 Singles Case P. That's right, I said P as in Perry the Platypus, not Case B, which would usually be the second case of the year. But as I talked about in the last case reveal video, for whatever reason, Mattel is not resetting the alphabet this time around. They are just continuing right along where they left off in 2024 with M. Of course, the first case of 2025 singles is N, and now the second case is P. They always skip O because it looks like a 0, just like how they skip I because it looks like a 1. So guys, let's dive right on in. If you intend to reshare these contents, please refer back to this video. I'd really appreciate it. This case is scheduled for December 1st. That's right around the corner. We know case N is scheduled for November 1st. That's already being found in Malaysia. I am sure it will pop up in Australia, probably Greece, probably some other crazy place soon as well. But it's great that 2025 is already getting on the road here. No pun intended. But yeah, this is the second case of singles. Very excited to get into it here. So let's get rolling. 1. Winford, Bradford, Rutherford. That is the RPM racer from Cars 1. He was already in case N though, so this is anything too crazy. But I do like him a lot. He's obviously one of the first Piston Cup racers to ever be released. So you got to give him some props. You got to give him some credit there. Next up, we have 1 GRC Lightning McQueen. That's right. If you didn't hear, the GRC line is back for 2025. Will there be any new ones? That remains to be seen. I sure hope so, but right now, it ain't looking so good. So yeah, another GRC Lightning McQueen, which I'm pretty sure extends his streak to 7 straight cases where there's at least one. First case was case H, that was 3, then case J, 2, case K, 2, case L, M, case M, 2, case N, 1, case P1. Look at that. Absolute insanity. But I will say this is the last case. This will break his streak after this one. All right, next up, 1 Nile Speedcone. That is the green Salt Flats racer, the land speeder guy. Unfortunately, who's been outgunned by Byron Crashforth, who's about a third of the length longer than him. Next up, you have 1 Road Trip Lightning McQueen. This is the variant, not the original version they came out with in 2022. Next up, now everything from here on out technically will have new packaging, even though not everything is a new variant. Not even everything is new to the Red Riders saga. You know, basically, some of the cars have been released since 2022 when Mattel has been doing the Red Riders. This one, though, not the case. Claude Scruggs, it has been quite some time since they've done him. I love to see it. You know, like we said with Winford, this is one of the first Piston Cup racers they ever released, technically tied for first with Aiken Axler. So happy to see him back, even though he's not a new Thailand variant. That came out in 2020. Here we have Floyd Mulvihill. First time he's been released as a single in a very long time. Of course, he was in a 2-pack most recently with Krusty Roeder, the Vinyl Toupe racer. So it's nice to see him kind of get his own thing here because Krusty got his own thing as a single. And yeah, Gasparin racer from Cars 1. Not one of the first racers ever to be released, but he's up there. You know, he's probably top 16. All right, next up, you have 1 Lightning McQueen with Rust-eze sign. This is obviously a very popular McQueen that Mattel likes to release. They've done him several times over the last couple years now, so nothing new. Not only, I mean, the Rust-eze sign is a new Thailand variant. No. Lightning McQueen is the exact same as just the regular Cars 1 Lightning McQueen, so there's really nothing going on here at all. Kind of sucks. But staying within the realm of the Rust-eze tent theme, here we have 1 Donna Pits. Now, she also has been released relatively recently, 2023. Pretty sure she was also released in 2022. Now she's back for 2024. Yeah, that's a lot of Donna Pits. But hey, whatever. She is one of the cooler Cars 1 like final lap type characters. That's how I always think of her because she was originally released in 2010 in the final lap collection. And her 2023 release is very overshadowed. It was very quick, just a brief little glimpse in that KSL that barely made it out anywhere. That's actually a pretty rare single from 2023. FYI, Here we have one Jonathan Wrenchworths, most recently released in 2022, I'm pretty sure. He's back again. Another Final Lap one, but yeah, both of these characters have been released a lot. 2013, I think, some of them got released in 2016. I think both actually got released in 2016. So they're kind of tied at the hip. And yeah, 3 releases in a row in which they all appeared at the Rust-eze tent scene in Cars 1 there. Even though Jonathan was not in the tent, he was in the commercial. Let's remember that common misconception. All right, here we have one Komodo. So Komodo's back after being released this year as a new Thailand variant. And by this year, I mean 2024. That was case H of this year. Fine with it. Excited to see what else they do for Tokyo Mayor this year. Of course, we already know Kyandi's coming. I confirmed that a couple weeks ago. And yes, that is 100% true. Next up, we have one Cave Mater. That's a new release from 2024, appeared in multiple cases, and now is back for 2025 with new packaging. No new for 2024 snipe and different characters on the card back. That will apply for all of these that I'm saying has new packaging. They may look the exact same from the front to a previous year's release, but they will have different diecast, like collect them all releases on the back. That's where the Insanity variant completist all card collectors come from. You know what I mean? Because yeah, this is a little bit different, right? All right, next up, we have one Flow with Tray. Very interesting release here. This is Waitress Flow. This is not pit crew member Flow. There's a big distinction between the flows here. I know it's pretty crazy that, we have to get into the nitty gritty here. But I mean, it's actually, it's important to talk about the difference between Flow with Tray and also pit crew member Flow. Flow with Tray, who they are just referring to here as Flow. Very sad, very unfortunate. Again, not calling out the variant where we clearly have one, but translations, I get it, whatever. Okay, Flow with Tray just has an oil can on the tray. Pit crew member Flow has the nitroate can. So yeah, although both have the same exact tray, both have a very similar looking item on the tray, they appear in 2 different scenes. This is just the Waitress Flow, essentially from the end of Cars, where me and Tia appear. Now, Flow with Tray has been released before from Thailand way back in 2019 at the start of the Blue Desert era. So while I initially kind of thought, oh, hey, new Thailand variant, no, not the case. Next up, we have Otis here. One Otis who has been released way too much over the last few years. A character who, when he was first released in, I believe it was 2022, was very exciting. It's like, oh no, was it 2022? I think so. It's all blending together because of the Red Riders. But anyways, yeah, I think it was 2022. He was very coveted. One of the rare releases that year. Now, not so much. He's been re-released, I think, 3 straight years in a row now. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. Actually, it might be 4. 2022, 2023, 2025. Again, like I said, when you have 4 straight years of the same card motif, it starts to blend together. But I'm sure all the analysts in the comment section below will correct me and provide those correct years there. Next up, we have one Hydraulic Ramone. This is the purple Ramone on stilts. This is the raised, elevated purple Ramone, although the red Ramone has also kind of gone by the name of Hydraulic Ramone. That is not what we're dealing with here. He was released from Thailand in a 5-pack rather recently. So yeah, this one's a pretty nice release. I kind of like how it goes with Flow here. 2 more rare or like unusual, obscure Thailand variants that are coming back to the forefront. Let me get you those dates on Otis. So Otis now 2022, 2024, and 2025. Now, I want to make sure I am providing the most accurate of data here. There you go. He skipped 2023. Okay, moving along. You have one GRC Carla Veloso. I'm actually excited that she's back. She's one of the better GRC racers by far. And yeah, they have an extra one here just in case you missed her from case J 2024. That's awesome. All right, moving on to Doc Hudson's. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Like, you never really see Doc Pegworm. This is not the fabulous Hudson Hornet version, the dirt track one that they've released a lot. So I think this will be pretty good. You have 2 Rusteze Lightning McQueens. Yeah, you'll see a lot of that one this year. Not excited. That's 2 straight years where they've really pounded Rusteze Lightning McQueen. Like, what the hell, Mattel? Give us Dinoco Lightning McQueen, for crying out loud. We've needed him. We've wanted him for all these years. It's time, right? It's time, okay? Next up, you have 2 Rust-eze Cruz Ramirez. Again, couple straight years here of her. Not good. Again, let's get a different version of Cruz. Let's do regular Cruz. Why does no one want to do a regular Cruz? Like, that is what we see here for the majority of the movie. But we get Dinoco. We get Rust-eze. We get the track damage version a couple years ago. And the trainer one as well, which is, yeah, give me that, but without the headpiece, just to spice it up, guys. Come on. All right. Next up, you have 2 Chuck Armstrong. So that's a piston cup racer that everyone loves. Mood Springs, obviously. Number 33, one of the better piston cup racers, in my opinion. They know that. So they're going to put 2 in this case. I think that's a good decision there. I don't like the decision on the other ones, but, hey, that's why I'm not working for Mattel. I don't decide what goes into this case, but, I think there's a lot, there's good reasoning for all of that. In terms of, they're the main characters, they sell better, you got to put 2 of them in the case. I understand it. Probably wiser than putting 2 Jonathan Wrenchworths, although I wouldn't have done that either. Who would I have included 2 of in this case? Well, that would be Ernie Gearson here. There is only one of Ernie Gearson in this case, and he is the highlight of this case. You guys might be thinking, well, where's the new release? There is no new release in this case, unfortunately, but Ernie Gearson comes pretty close to it. This is his first time ever being released from Thailand. Very excited about that. He's got an entirely new color, which I'll try and throw a picture on the screen here. I was the first one to reveal this picture of his Thailand variant. It's got a much lighter, more accurate shade of blue. This will be a great video. I cannot wait to do the Thailand review of him. And Ernie has not been released since 2014. Again, the Cars 1 version of Ernie, he is one of the characters that carries over the Cars 3, but we know that's a different model, very different looking car. This is the original Spearmint 93 Cars 1 veteran piston cup racer, not released since 2014 when he was released as a single. Crazy to think that 11 years have elapsed since this guy's last release. It doesn't feel that long. He's not the rarest racer in the world because he did get a 2010 rubber tire release. He's one of the few characters to get 2 Kmart exclusive releases back in the day because he was a part of that 2008 plastic tire set, and then obviously had to get his rubber tire release 2 years later. He got a pit row launcher release. He got a light year launcher release. He got multiple 3-pack and 4-pack releases. So definitely not one of the rare piston cup racers like Eugene Karbreski is, but the fact that he's not been released in 11 years, and he is one of the last 4 if you include Dale Earnhardt Jr., 5 if you include Matt Geicar, piston cup racers from Cars 1 to be released from Thailand. He's kind of a big deal. Will Ryan Shields and Eugene Karbreski be released this year from Thailand? That remains to be seen. All right, guys, let me know which one of these is your favorite in the comment section below. This case, although it doesn't include a new one, is definitely good foundation for the year. And I think Ernie will really elevate the case because so many people are looking forward to him. So even without a new release, I think it's still a W. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And I'll see you guys soon for another video. Bye now. Got these feelings.